then.
Okay.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
We're live.
Alright, commercial break. If it's Dragon Ball Z.
First shot. Yeah, big commercial break. So, last time y'all met Gertruda, she wasn't really frightened or anything. You tried to communicate, hey, maybe you want to come with us to explore the castle, but you woke her up from her deep sleep, and she kind of considered that rude, so she just went back to sleep. Strahd showed up and proceeded to usher you all out of the room.
Rude.
As you were disturbing Gertruda's sleep.
Guys, she's trying to sleep here. It's kind of rude.
You explored the castle. You found a clock-like man, an automatron.
Little Jigsaw.
And you also found a red beating heart-like jewel in a tall tower of the castle. And at the last bit, JT had explored, being led by where Charles had indicated, JT had found the Sun Sword. So you were all up in
Max's initials aren't J and T.
Okay, but you were all up in a top
English
part of the castle. Let me find that. Make sure I show the right one. That's one thing I forgot about with something like this. Okay, here we are. Sharing out the sheet or the image. Everyone, you are up here at Castle Ravenloft,
I forgot to level my
map
character.
number 9. No, there was no leveling going on.
Level 10. Woo!
And you were hanging out after you found the Sun Sword.
That would give me fifth level spells, so I wouldn't say no. Really, we like just found it.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
You had that linked moment, and
Yes.
that's when we ended.
That makes me want to go actually do the deal again. Like the store episode where he's stealing stuff. Why is it? Well, no. Okay, that's better. Maybe cut off the edge a little. If I start seeing anything too violent, just let me know, because I'm still calibrating off of the ranger.
Oh, very nice.
Ooh,
But no nat 20s tonight.
I forgot how to play. What are we doing?
What? It's good for at least a few, right?
Do we just ban? Okay. What happened? What are we doing? Huh? What?
You found the
right,
Sun
I was
Sword.
putting my dice in the dice jail, I remember.
I've checked my ancestry.com. I come from a long line of Paladins. I'm giving our party blessings of crit.
Hey. Nice.
Oh,
Boosh.
I
There
mean,
you go.
Your
17, but that's practically a crit for this dice.
Did you get your DNA results back and you found out that you're not fully 100% white?
And really upset about it?
Yeah.
If you're really upset about it, then you're probably Aryan as fuck.
We had a lot of Aryan guys it didn't work at the prison. They were in the prison. Let me say it right.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like Vanilla WoW though. I have to refresh like every 10 minutes.
They were
weren't
clientele.
yeah, they weren't really the big troublemakers. That was usually Crip and Blood. But, you know.
Wait, so who got their ancestry back and was upset they weren't 100% right?
Some white supremacist
Yeah,
people.
It has happened.
Yeah.
Mara got hers back and found out she's not 100% non-magical. So there was like a 3% dragon on there. It was weird.
And some of us found it totally hilarious.
That'd be great if you could like time travel. You just pop into existence, hand Hitler an envelope, and disappear. And just change history altogether.
It was like 97% human and then like 3% dragon.
This is why I like to
It would
find
have been really
things.
funny if it was full dragon. But it would have been funny. Okay, I'm trying to see if I used. I don't remember how to use any of this.
We should probably say that we're doing something.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're like, oh, we all forgot how to play.
I mean,
It happens.
And I'm like,
yeah.
oh, I'm a spellcaster again, so what do I do?
Okay, so we got the sword,
Yes,
and
you got the sword.
was there anything else in the
Zelda
box?
noise.
There was nothing else in the box.
Is there any other boxes in here? What is in here? Is there anything under the bed?
Hold on. Calm your horses. Calm your horses.
You're probably
They're outside. We don't have any control over that.
I am like the one person without a pet here.
What are you doing?
You find a gold crown, bejeweled gold crown that looks like a very ornate crown.
Ornate.
Would it match my fancy shirt?
I take it and put it on.
It would
Ornament
actually.
sounds pretty useful too, though. I'm just gonna say.
I like that it matches my shirt.
Each gold.
I'd like to see you try and take it off my head.
You believe?
Okay,
that
can I make a roll for that?
Sure.
Zeke objected.
Talk about forgetting how to play. I'm gonna say make a. Are you trying to sneak it off or just like reach and grab it?
I'm just gonna brute force it.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
do
it
a
seems like
grapple,
it is.
like athletic strength check against it.
Yeah, that's him coming at me on the cast
Against you,
spell.
Mark.
What do I make
So
if I'm just
tricky, lady.
standing there watching it, thinking, what the hell are these people doing?
What was that? Oh, you see. I mean, you do see. Peleus trying.
No,
to
bud.
forward as they-
No, that's for Daddy.
Like.
Oops,
so
sorry, guys.
It's just like Mara puts it on.
Kid
But
Bunty.
Peleus is like, oh wow, there's a possibility that you don't realize, or that he doesn't realize that what he's doing is wrong.
Okay.
Mara, what?
Well, to be fair, we both spoke at the same time, so who stole it from who? Wait, Peleus isn't that smart to say that, is he?
I said it before you said anything, and then you asked about if it matched your shirt. But you know
But
whatever.
you can do the grab.
But I rolled a 32, so I'm pretty sure I've got the crown.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna touch that. So.
Oh, no,
Matt, you're
I'll
supposed to
try
roll
myself
one
with my
die.
strength.
One
I'm gonna
die.
dodge out of his way.
Okay, try to dodge.
And
Supposed to roll one die, Matt. Jeez.
I also said if I see him coming towards me, I'm probably gonna cast a spell. But give me a second to get my character sheet.
Oh, okay, sorry. Character sheets are loading.
That's why paper's better.
What'd you say about additional pylons? What?
I said paper's better.
I was StarCraft. Never mind.
Yeah, I got so tired last night. I would get up and get back on camera to do my turn and then I'd go lay down on the couch. But I would have the sound where I could hear them, but it was struggling.
So, in game, how long is an hour for like a spell? Obviously, to get you through a regular fight, right?
Yeah. Most fights last, less than 5 minutes. So.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think turn is typically
good
like
while.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
Most are less than a minute.
Yeah, for us it's like 30 seconds, somewhere around there.
Sometimes a minute will last if I do.
Mm-hmm.
The longest round or set of rounds I remember was 13. That's a minute and 18 seconds.
I don't like Android. Stupid Android.
Hold on, wait, yeah, what are you doing with an Android? I just thought about what made you make the jump?
I wanted a new phone. I didn't want to be a second-class citizen, and the iPhone X sucks.
I just don't like notches. That's gonna bug me forever. I'm hoping Samsung just continues to be the holdout.
Yeah, I really,
That's gonna keep me with them.
I don't even know how to find my stats on here. This is stupid and ridiculous.
What are you using?
It looks like
Are you using Fight Club?
Yeah, but it's just completely different. And I
Oh,
hate it.
here.
No, I
try to take your best guess.
I'm fairly familiar with it now. You have
Well, I'm just.
are you
Sometimes you can swipe to change tabs, and sometimes you can't. I really don't even care about this thing that much. What am I rolling again?
You're rolling to see if you
Oh,
can avoid
is it
Peleus.
So I just add whatever I want to it?
No, acrobatics.
97.
Yeah, I give up. I don't know.
Just do your best guess for your stat and your roll.
30!
What's your
I
stat?
should have gone a little higher.
But yeah, okay. So Peleus, you get the crown.
I don't know.
And I cast Ray of Frost.
Suck it.
Okay. Roll damage.
I mean, he's looking at the sword. I'm looking around the room looking for something. I pick up the crown. I put it on. He runs at me, takes it off my head. I cast Ray of Frost.
Is that a save or is that a you rolled a hit?
Frosty.
That is roll to hit.
Fight Club, but I never keep her back updated on there. For her, it's easier just to do the D&D stuff.
I like the other big thing that you had with the, it was more text-based, but it was more detailed.
The other
Her lab.
version shows me what my
It's
rules
nice.
are and what I add to it.
But
I
it-
hate this.
I need to look at it. I don't think I've tried to set my cleric up on it.
Alright, you're gonna add, you're gonna roll and add your proficiency bonus and your spellcasting modifier.
14. What is our proficiency bonus now?
4.
Okay, 19.
Yep, that'll definitely hit.
Alright, and is 1d8 cold damage and yours
2d8
slow.
cold damage.
Oh.
If I had d8s. 12.
12 gold damage. Alrighty.
Alright. So go to grab the Peleus goes to grab the crown. She casts Ray of Frost. As you do that, you get the crown, but you take that damage and you are slowed.
And I snatch it back from him and run away.
That's crazy. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, roll a Peleus, are you like holding on to the crown physically in your hand?
Can Peleus perceive if he even notices she's upset about this?
You just got shot with an ice beam.
Yeah, you just got shot with an ice beam. You know something's up. Something's up.
Yeah. But I also saw something shiny. I mean, I'm a barbarian. I get hurt. It happens.
Yeah.
Change my sheet, okay.
Do a Matt, do a perception check.
So I actually
Hey,
what is wrong
I actually
with
did
you
good.
people?
I actually did well for once. 24.
24. Yeah, you'd see it on her face that she's visibly, unless you're trying to hide your feelings.
It was on my head.
Yeah, like she's visibly upset that she took this crown.
Infidel.
I probably wouldn't resist.
Okay. So you take the crown back and run away
Good, because if I add my strength bonus to this, then it's a 1.
Very nice.
Which reminds me, all my d20s in nice jail already.
That's like the time I played my Lizard Folk and I had like 15 sets and they all ended up in dice.
Maybe I need to send them to real jail. Or like dice maximum security prison or something. Maybe they sit in there and laugh at me.
They did have a D&D club. Although I think they played with like, because they can't actually have dice because gambling game. But
All right.
kind of went segregation.
Maybe they should be in isolation.
So what do y'all want to do now?
I'll put it back on and see if everybody is ready to go back downstairs. This was it, right? Did we have anything else we wanted to do in this place?
I think that was the first priority. I was trying to find the sword.
It was the only
Yeah,
priority.
'cause we were exploring around
and
for it.
Find Shroud, right? How are we on hit points and spell slots and stuff? We could sit up here and take a nap.
Because times
So
20.
okay.
Times 96 or something.
Sorry. That's, yeah.
No, I'm good. That far.
Because I have a feeling the rest of our journey takes us downstairs.
Down, down, down.
Why would I ever want to spend hit dice without healing?
I don't think you can.
It's just it's an option apparently on Fight Club. I don't know why you would
What are
want
we
to.
talking about? Are we off topic again?
No, I was saying why would anybody want to spend a hit dice without healing?
Is there anything that would cause you to lose hit dice without using them?
I don't know. Y'all are the pros. I'm the rookie in the room.
They said they've been playing as long as you have. Oh.
Yeah, nothing I know of lets you spend hit dice without healing. That's the point of hit dice.
That's
Okay,
if you float something.
so someone has to say something about what they want to do other than me. Does anyone need to take a nap, or how are we on? I ask questions.
The real me wants to take a nap, but I think Valori's fine.
I second that.
Mars can hit, so I think I'm good too. And I'm not really that caring much about spell slots, so
I'm good. My character's fine.
I've got 3 rages left, but I am down a third-ish on hit points.
You realize
My hit
it
points are
takes-
good. I've burned one first level spell slot on something. but
It's
I'm not worried
possible
about
I
it.
should have used spell slots that time that I was inebriated, but I don't really remember.
I'm gonna vote that we rest because there's no penalty in us resting, and our fight.
I would not say that, especially since we're in the quote-unquote bad guy's castle. There is always a penalty to resting. The world doesn't stop because we sleep.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
If we're gonna sleep, we should probably ask for some like lodging or something,
Yeah, I would
because we
rather.
don't know where is safe to sleep in this castle. Because
Yeah, I feel like asking is the surefire way to find somewhere not safe to.
well, you could always ask and then see what they say, and then judge from that. And like
The
do
fact
the
that the
opposite.
sword
I don't
is
know.
up here makes me think Shroud doesn't come here very often.
I was gonna say, plus also, isn't it? I don't remember why I know that, but isn't it supposed to only happen? The fight can't happen except for in a certain place or spot or something. Or?
Yeah, it was
In this force, I
prophesied.
guess.
It was prophesied that we would fight him at his brother's tomb.
See, it's like Assassin's Creed. If we die anywhere else, we'll desync and.
No, we can still die.
Yeah.
Just, not probably to Strahd's hands directly. Unless we provoke a fight. And then, we can. Just, okay, so if we're talking about one spell slot collectively that anyone cares about, then we could take a short rest for hit points, and because we want our barbarian to have his hit points, that's the thing.
That should be fine.
I know that doesn't get the spell slot back, but still, I think that's probably better than taking a long rest, and we'll just sit up here for an hour. Plus, that gives you an hour to, get used to the sword if you want to tune it and stuff.
That's not a bad idea, actually. I don't know where this belt slot at all. It's fine.
So I say let's do that. We'll
That's
just
fine.
sit here on the floor for.
Is there any way to secure? Oh, there's a staircase. I guess I'll keep an eye down the staircase while we do it, Josh.
I can
Alright.
be guarding one while I'm playing my sword.
Oh, I mean,
I can keep watch. I don't actually need to do anything, so I could forego the short rest
yeah.
to keep watch.
Peleus, you're the one who is looking the most tired, so we'll keep watch.
Let's see. I've got 9 hit dice.
He's like, no, I'm back. No, I'm back.
Josh, I'm gonna go ahead and burn both rogue hit dice and 2 barbarian hit dice.
Alright.
Sweet. Well, I don't know if that's sweet. Get an 11 on one dice and a 1 on the other. Yay. Alright, so that's a total of 12,
Why aren't you rolling 32s now, buddy?
19, 20, 22, 24, 26. It gets me 2 away from full health, so I'm good.
Is there anything else that we learned about this sword, spending an hour with it? Or did you already tell us everything?
Spending an hour with it.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
I think you can just get used to it and then find us as a master. Soda or apple cider?
Alright. JT, I will send you a message on Discord.
Okay.
first card complete itself.
That's how I know it's getting to it.
Here, I'm sharing it with you in Fantasy Grounds because I cannot copy and paste. So, you should be able to see it there. So you learn all of that information, the sword relays it to you, and you can share as much or as little as you want with the rest of the party.
Yep. Where is it?
It's in the chat.
It's
and Fantasy
in
Grounds.
chat and Fantasy Grounds. If you click it, you can load
Oh,
up
that thing.
all the info.
Yes.
Which
Oh.
he shared it with everyone, so you know, there's that.
Yeah, hasn't been done in character though, I guess. I should have just clicked this and open it, right?
The red little thingy.
Yeah, just click it and it should open.
Oh, the red part. Yeah, that helps. Okay, this one's a little different than the one in Fight Club. Let me skim through this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so over the course of that rest, as you begin to try to rest, Max learns all of that information from the sword. The sword relays it to you, and you, you know, he is sentient, so he relays all of that information. The rest of you, you hear a lot of howls in the distance. You hear, as during the middle of your short rest, you hear a loud bell tolling in the distance, and it begins to rain heavily.
Well, that fits the mood.
I mean, it's nice, so I'm not sure it's that nice.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Cool. Here, let's do it.
You successfully take a long rest.
I thought we were taking a short rest.
Or sorry, short rest. Yeah, short rest.
Okay, so nothing comes up the stairs in the hour while I'm sitting there?
Correct.
This is both Mara to the group and also Ryan to the group. Look around the room and shall we?
Yeah. Now the howling, did it sound like it was coming from outside or inside the castle?
It
Oh.
sounded like it was coming from outside
Okay.
the castle.
There's not a window in this room though, is there?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we can head down if everybody's ready.
There's a lot
Oh,
of
does the
places.
sword actually relate its background or just the stats of it?
It relays its background.
Oh, cool. Somehow it's history where it's actually Sergei's sword. Straw tries to destroy it, but the wizard doing it has his apprentice steal it, or part of it rather. Apprentice is found dead. Hill disappears, and it's apparently been missing ever since.
So maybe you stashed it somewhere and then, well, I guess you're, I don't know.
It's a pretty good hiding spot. I mean, you wouldn't think to look at his own castle for it.
Yep. Right under his nose the whole time.
Maybe that one room is consecrated. He just can't go there.
And it's a knifey thing, so it's actually sentient. And
Okay, so
it's good, but I can't remember if it's like chaotic good or what it is.
so that crazy gypsy lady's card reading has come true this far. Where did it say we were supposed to meet Shrub? That's Mara. I think I remember. It's Sergey's too.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the card was though.
Sorry, you said Gypsy Lady, and that made me think of a Brooks and Dunn song called My Maria. You wouldn't know that song, I'm sure, Ryan, because you don't listen to country. But.
No.
My dear sir, in the army, arrows is right out, but if it was black. To the days that died, my buddy, my brother, my sister,
I don't like that.
Okay. Thanks, Andrew.
That's the only country song I know by heart.
Yeah.
Ooh, and the Thunder Rolls.
It's a good one to know.
Ah, such a good song.
You open the card.
And it always is radiant damage.
I saw that.
The broken one?
Ryan is laying some cards out.
You guys still there?
They were doing something.
If they said what, I didn't catch it. Rachel was talking to me about Zeke. He's the one that's sick right now.
Yep. I caught part of it, but I missed the details.
Just stomach bug.
Oh,
We may
that,
have-
yeah.
We may have had a mess to clean up right around dinner. It was not fun.
No, never is.
Now,
There you are.
the cord is loose on the microphone, and when I was playing with the cards, I hit it and I guess it fell out a little bit. So I was just saying, I start walking down the stairs.
Did we want to investigate this howling outside?
There's no windows in this room, so down the stairs.
Oh, it's enclosed.
That doesn't change the question. Did we want to do that, or are we just going to other parts of the castle?
I have a question, Josh.
Yes.
Can I use speak with animals to interpret said house? Maybe we got some insider information going.
Let me look up the spell to understand how
What is
it
it?
works.
Speak with animals.
Okay. I only heard like half of the conversation, so.
You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally
Yeah,
communicate.
you can do that.
Alright. Animals up.
I mean, you would know that you can't yell loud enough for them to hear you, but
No.
you can
Fine.
understand what they're
Just
saying.
need to know what they're.
You do that, you hear flesh, warm flesh, gooey, gooey flesh. Let's bite into it, devour it.
So, usual hunting. Okay.
Yeah. They sound like they're, about to bite into something and really enjoy that. Savor that first bite. It's like an apple. First bite's always the best.
As my favorite YouTuber would say, somebody's about to have a fucked up day.
Alright, so Mara starts walking down the stairs. Do the rest of you follow her?
I'm
Yeah,
behind her.
follow.
Yep, I'll follow her down.
Okay, so you follow her down.
I'm a really dramatic clip.
You get down, Mara, to the.
We get a couple of
I
strategies
realize
and just
I can
close this off.
give you a map here and make that a whole lot simpler on both of us. Come on. Okay. You use it to get down the stairs to right there, those double stairs. You get at the bottom of them. Matt and JT, there's some double stairs kind of on the more top part of that map on the right. That's where y'all end up.
Like, not the ones where the sanctuary church, there's steps next to that. Not those. The ones
Yeah,
right
not
next
those.
to that.
The ones kind of in the middle.
Yeah, the middle double stairs.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Like right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spirit.
And how do I get out of this room?
Monster kind of thing. Yeah.
Keep doing down, I guess?
I can't remember.
I got the impression that the catacombs and crypts were in the basement. So yes, I would say if that's where we're going, that's how we get there.
Or we could go to the library, I'm just gonna throw it out there. As an option, it's always an option.
And grab Dolores' hand and make sure she continues downstairs.
What is the, what's waiting for us in the crypts, do we know?
Strahd,
Did he tell us that?
Madame Ava did.
Before
Yeah. Was there a plan to actually fight Strahd, or are we still allying with him against the Ancient One thing?
I think the party's split on that.
I don't know if we resolved that.
We could have spent that hour talking about it, Sam.
Retcon.
That may be a bad idea. What's our plan now?
We got the sword. We do some slaying, right?
The sword would give us the means to fight and kill him, yes.
I wanted to say our plan was to I mean, I know not everyone agreed with it, but our plan was to talk to him, try to get his help against the other guy. But if we wanted the sword in case things go south, because, well, who knows, he's a vampire.
He might just give us
It's good
so
insurance.
Much, he might give us so much XP that we just like level up straight to level 15.
That could be cool, too.
Also, that thing was hiding up there in his attic for so long. He may not even know you have it.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet he didn't know it was there.
This is like the first Purge movie. This is how you know your house is too damn big. When like 6 people can get lost in it.
For those of you playing at home, Charles said the R word, so I had to get out the Jack Daniels.
The R word.
The what word?
Retcon.
What do you do?
Sarah made a rule that anytime you said the word retcon, you have to take
It's
a
a drinking game.
That's 2 more from Josh.
Ah.
You guys are getting schnockered tonight. So don't say retcon anymore.
He says he slams the glass down.
That reminds me of that scene in How I Met Your Mother. When she is doing her job, they make it out of the drinking game at the bar. They're like, she said it, we have to drink. And then they're all hungover in class, including the professor. And then she comes in there with a loudspeaker.
Okay, so are we gonna go ahead and go to the crypts and have the talk there if we're gonna have the talk, or...
We
Do you know which
had
way
the talk
the crypt is?
upstairs in that hour, except JT, who only piped in a few times because mostly he was listening to the sword talk to him, which weirded the rest of us out.
They were
We
good
all-
at each other.
That does make sense, though.
Alright, JT, we are Venom.
Kind of. Not as demented, but kind of.
Yeah, Mara definitely thinks he should die. And she probably she thinks she probably won't be around when the Ancient One comes back, if that's what we're worried about.
So, kill him.
I was just trying to kick off the conversation, that's all.
No. Kill him. He won't know.
I think that was Mara's vote.
I mean, yeah, that's very true of Mara, but the rest of us are all at least half elvish. We'll possibly be around.
We'll be like level 30 by then. No.
Well, I mean, potentially, I suppose, if he waits 100 years, do lots and lots of training.
I don't know where this timeline is in relation to our other timeline with our other characters, but Nightbreeze will still be around.
That's completely up to Josh.
We discussed that at some point, but I can't remember what we decided.
Assuming this is anywhere close to it, Nightbreeze will still be around.
I would say
Well,
that
as long as she
the
doesn't die in hell,
completely different
at least.
universe. So
Depending on
that
the whole Hulkaming goes, yeah.
World-shattering events that happens in Matt's campaign does not directly affect us.
I vote that we
That's in one
all.
of the
She can
timelines.
travel between universes too.
We're
I vote that we.
Darkest timeline.
I vote that we all go to the hyperbolic time chamber and do some training. And we don't have to worry about anything anymore ever again.
I guess my next question is, I mean, do you think there's still hope to get an alliance with him?
I do. I think he sees the Ancient One as more of a threat than he sees us right now.
Then I guess my vote would be let's
I think
go
there's
try to
some
find him and talk
chance
to
of
him.
At least trying to reason with him. So I think we should try to have a talk and see if we can come to something.
Okay, so this
But
is
we have this Sun Sword now, which was important in case, the talks don't go well.
maybe we should keep the Sun Sword like, sheathed.
hidden somewhere? Yeah, because it is just a hilt unless it's activated, so
I
don't think
didn't
hard-
get that click.
hard to hide.
And the same with that vampire necklace.
Yeah, I've been trying to not bring attention to that too much for that reason.
Let's do like on Bleach, and I can shoot it like an arrow.
So,
Because I'll say, Lori likes him, but she doesn't necessarily trust him.
okay, so this is coming from Rayanne, not from Laura, but if
Lies.
I have a feeling if we go down to the crypt, the fight will start and we will have nothing we can do about it. If we want to talk to Strahd, that's where he is. But if we want to talk to him, I feel like we need to find some other way to talk to him.
Nah, just go back
Maybe
to the girls'
just-
room.
Maybe just stand here
Be
and
like, damn it, guys.
hey, I know you're listening. Come out wherever you
Or
are.
we could
Something.
go try to find Rahad and ask him, like, you know.
Find something that he uses to scry around his house because he seems to know everything that's going on everywhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's spying on us, like, all the time.
So just go to a room.
David
I'm pretty
Bowie.
sure he's spying on us. Say, hey Strahd, where are you? And call him out. If we want to talk to him, I think that's the way we should do it.
Ooh, DM, can
Yep.
Straw look like David Bowie?
Works for me.
Jared.
He does seem to be a fan of purple.
You said what now?
He does seem to be a fan of purple. So maybe he's more like us.
I mean, if he's Bowie though, he's dripping so much swag, I might have to join.
I mean, I think there would at
Matt
least
doesn't
be
know
a
who
similar
David
air about him.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Probably.
What?
Matt, have you seen Labyrinth?
No, he hasn't.
No.
Oh my god.
You are aware of David Bowie, yes?
I've heard the name, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's a genius.
Yes, it was when he and I talked about it. That's when he heard the name. He told
So
me.
this whole thing about Strahd,
And you thought you were sheltered.
For fuck's sake, Matt, I'm black and I know who David Bowie is. You have no excuse. Be ashamed of yourself.
We do have the Blu-ray, by the way, now.
I'm pretty sure there was people in some of the Amazonian uncontacted tribes that knew who he is.
This
There
was
is a
Prime Day
child-
purchase.
In Nowheresville after going
I haven't seen that
Bowie.
all through.
Like,
I think that was one of the ones my mom didn't want me to watch or some crap like that.
Dance magic.
Josh hasn't seen it. They actually were showing it at the Paris, so not too long
Oh, really?
And we
what will I do?
we were late for it. We just
My baby
for the movie. We
loves
wanted to see it. We should just see that. And he was like, I don't know. He doesn't like the Muppets, and so he originally thought it was a Muppet movie.
You don't like the Muppets?
And
Not really, no.
So anyway, he's seen Labyrinth now, so he's gonna watch that Christmas with me.
I don't know how I feel about that.
He-
Snails.
He's weird.
We don't want tails.
If no one is taking the go to a room where Strahd is spying on us and say, hey Strahd, Mara's continuing on the stairs.
He's in the musical right now. Jump, magic, jump.
We did have a dog
I'll
that
do-
my mother had this Kermit the Frog puppet. Whenever he saw it, he would try to kill it. Especially, or if you just did your hand like this, he would go for your hand.
Shit.
I'll go back to the dining room and call him out so we can have a do our drinks.
Yeah, we could go back down to the dining room.
I mean, I just think going back
it's
to the girl's room he doesn't want us to be in will make him immediately show up.
It might.
Well, I mean,
He's creeping on her pretty hard.
yeah, well, you don't necessarily piss him off though to get him to talk to us.
Yeah, it's just I think anywhere really, he's probably listening.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, will you bring me a snack? I was going to get one, but then I realized
I'm
Then I
controlling the
realized,
universe
like,
right now.
I need to have my focus in here.
Yeah.
So, oh, pick something. You know what I like.
We're definitely still trying to get back into this game.
Free.
The cheese?
Yes.
Maybe something else? That's not hard. Anyways, so, are y'all y'all firmly settled on a plan? Doesn't sound like it.
I vote for calling him out in the dining room.
Yeah, that sounds good
That
to me.
works for me. And we could, I mean, if we don't get a response, we can look around for some of his attendants around there too.
Yep.
So, yeah, that sounds good.
Just fear me, love me, do as I say, and I will be your slave.
To move 5 steps over for the refrigerator.
There's absolutely no flood logic in that.
You said what?
There's no flood logic in that, is there?
Head back.
Okay. Who wants to lead the way to the dining room?
I will.
I'll do it.
I'll go in tandem with him then.
Meow.
Team Holy Half Elf is on it.
We changed our name to Team Dance Magic Dance. Thank you very much.
But the two Holy Half Elves are their own thing.
Is that where the organ is?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the organ while they try and talk to Trud.
Okay.
Castlevania beat?
Mara, performance
And
check.
by play, I sort of mean play with. Because Mara has less musical knowledge than I do.
So-
No, just
kind of
fist
like-
it. He'll come.
Performance check.
What was
I think
that?
it's a 15.
What was that face?
That actually is pretty good for Mara. And for these guys.
I'm pretty sure even without the pluses, it's probably better than
Yeah,
what
15.
Felix was doing
Okay.
last time.
It's
So,
not that good. It's more like-
Max, what do you say to get Strahd to come?
You have
Strahd, we need to talk.
That doesn't work with men.
That's exactly how that works with men.
I didn't think about that.
I don't know, man to man, that works pretty well. If a woman says it to a man, that's a whole different story.
It's a lot more loaded that way, true.
From halfway across the castle, you hear.
Well,
All for us,
we're
it's kinda like a nice
taking- where is this
conversation.
relationship going? Apparently that's bad.
We're trying to get him to come here.
Alright.
Having
Okay, okay, well,
the DTR related like conversation isn't gonna help.
Between Mara's playing and your summoning of Strahd, you do hear, as you are kind of yelling this out, not really knowing where to look, you do hear as mist begins to form behind you, and all of a sudden it begins to solidify as Strahd bums aerobic. Why? For someone who doesn't appear to have ever touched an organ before, you play it magnificently.
There are things about me you don't know.
Josh meant to say a white owl appeared.
Indeed. There are things I would like to learn. But it seems that you were wanting to talk, Paladin.
Did we lose you guys again?
Hello?
Hello?
They're there.
I
Hello?
still see the red light on the mic.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I got you.
Alright. So,
So what of that did you not hear?
yes, tell us what you
What was
didn't
the last
hear.
thing you guys heard?
Mara said, there's a lot of stuff you don't know about me.
And then Strahd said, and those are things I want to learn, but you wanted to talk to me, Paladin.
Oh, yeah, I missed the part.
He was like, let me get them.
We.
Goes Megan Trainer on him like, no. My name is no.
He gets all Drake on her. You used to be on myself.
We are of the opinion
This isn't very good. You want something?
What was that? I'm sorry.
I'm still putting together. But we are of the opinion that both of us have a problem in this ancient one that's appeared in the Amber Temple. And it seems to us that perhaps the best course of action might be to join forces against it. But we want to discuss with you how receptive you might be to such a plan.
I start playing in a minor key.
Strahd does look at you, Mara, as you do that and say, I prefer that one better.
Wait, what did you say?
Minor key.
She's playing in a minor key.
Oh.
He addresses you, Max, and says, so it seems that the adventurers have gotten in over their head, and now they've come to beg their benevolent lord to help them out. Is that what I'm supposed to understand from all of this?
To be fair, he gave the indication that he could trounce you.
To that he says, yes, but while it would be a very long, challenging fight for him, if I were to fight him, if he were to fight you, it would be over before you could blink.
Have you not heard the expression, the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
I have, which is why I know that you all are coming to beg your benevolent lord for help.
Look,
because you're too
he's
scared
coming
of the
for
bad
you.
guy.
He's coming for you. We were offering to help.
Let's make a deal.
How many chicks are walking out with briefcases right now?
Wow.
Hey, I just got inspiration.
So, he says, what will happen is, you all, I will assist you all to defeat the Ancient One. However, you will not challenge me. Not now, not ever. If you can't handle that, you will be free to leave Barovia.
All I ever asked you for was to be able to go home. Why are you saying that's a punishment?
If we can't handle that,
If you can't handle leaving me alone,
So epic battle. We all get to go home. He helps us. Is anybody in our party
except
from
for
Barovia?
one of you.
Kind of.
No take backs.
Oh, well. Hang on. Let me pull up my notes here.
See,
So I have stuff.
you started out with a really strong deal, and then you finished off with kind of iffy one.
The way I see it, he kills you or we do.
So you would let everyone else leave? If they wished.
No, Martin.
No.
Stop it.
Oh, the rest of your group of funny little adventurers, yes, I would.
Okay.
You cannot.
Okay. Could I leave briefly to finish my dissertation and come back? Because I am almost finished.
Not alone.
That's fine. I'd be agreeable to that.
I would permit you you to travel with your father.
Okay.
Matt, you cool with that? Peleus?
I would probably say, Lord Strahd. She's the only family I have left. I'd like to stay with her.
Then you can stay. However, you will not challenge me.
Don't give me a reason to.
Because you know you'd lose, right?
I think there are a lot of good things that we could do here.
Well, that remains to be seen. But
Yeah, Peleus will promise. I promise I won't challenge you, assuming you give me no cause to. Like my sister's treated safely. Maybe we help turn some stuff around in the cities. Help make a better life for these people.
Stop making more vampires.
Ismark does.
Speaking
begin to
of
speak
which-
up and say, "You all are forgetting what he did to my sister. What he tried to do to her. How can you make an agreement with this monster knowing what he's done?"
I mean, he can feel free to enter combat right now by himself.
Oh, he'll be by himself.
I'll go get popcorn.
Ismark hasn't forgotten at all. I'm aware of what took place there, but
Tara's like, I don't know you.
consider
Look, you're from this planet.
if we replace him. What if we replace him with something worse?
You guys disappear again?
No?
I think just the attenuation cutting in.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Yep, you're there.
Okay.
So, I just can't bring myself to be a part of this.
Well, Ismark, it's kind of like this. I mean, let's say Strahd is no longer in charge. What happens to this country? I mean, what about the power vacuum left? Wouldn't it be better, kinder, even for the populace to help make their life better with the current ruler, instead of throwing it to fate and seeing who wins the power battles?
How many more burned Valakis is that going to result in?
Very good question.
She's my sister. She was my sister. And for all intents and purposes, yes, apparently she was Strahd's former lover in a previous life, but that I don't really care. For all I remember, for all I know, as far back as I can recall, she's been my sister. And I can't bring myself to, even if it's defeating someone worse, I can't bring myself to defeat someone worse, knowing that that's going to mean that he will remain in charge. If you do this, you do it without me.
What will you do?
I will probably go back to Barovia alone.
Strahd, I would like to propose a different deal.
And what might that be, Missy?
The deal is we don't kill you here and now. spare your life. If you call it a life.
I do.
We save you, help you from the Mr. Ancient One guy. Mr. One, I think, actually.
We never did ask him what he prefers. Oh, too late now.
And as thanks, you leave the people alone. Stop making vampires live the rest of your days underground, alone.
Aren't they supposed to be appealing?
It's better than dying here and now. He could die here and now. Or re-die, or whatever it is that vampires do. I don't know.
And speaking of making vampires, I need to see if I can negotiate to have one released.
Yeah. That was definitely another point of question.
Yep. Almost forgot about it.
He says, let me counter that. I don't kill you all right now. In exchange,
Yeah, I start laughing too.
in exchange,
The ego's on
I will
people.
help you defeat the Ancient One, that mess that you've decided to create for yourselves because you were bored.
And you.
And then Sir Laurie and I will wed.
This feels oddly similar to the first deal you made.
Well, that term seems familiar.
I will rule Barovia with her assistance. And I will only make one more vampire.
Bum, bum,
One
bum.
vampire.
Just one.
Gee, I wonder who it'll be.
And is this a volunteer?
So what do you say, Delari?
Is there not another way that I can assist you?
You're welcome to present a counter offer.
He is wanting you to assist him forever.
I'm not constrained to human longevity. I think I'm more useful to you as I am now. Not subject to the weaknesses of a vampire.
Plus the whole PR nightmare. Two vampires.
PR nightmare.
Also, I don't want to convert for marriage.
You won't be Mormon for him?
Oh, I know a Mormon wedding one.
Oh, cool.
Good.
Wait, Strahd's a Mormon?
Totes. That's why he's so weird. He's not a vampire.
And he still only wants one wife here?
There's 29 you don't know about.
He does kind of shift around copies of the Pearl of Great Price. He says, that I will accept. If you can assure me that your friends will not bother us, will not make any trouble for me. I'm willing for your brother to stay here.
What do you define as trouble, just so I'm sure?
Challenging me.
Strahd.
Challenging what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to rule Barovia. You believe that you want me to make some changes. Those I'm willing to talk about.
Okay.
However, I do not want to risk someone else hanging around in this land being in this land without having that type of assurance that they're not going to make things difficult for me.
Keeping them here, if they don't cooperate, would be a liability. I agree.
I would like to say, as the one most likely in this group to cause trouble for you, that, first of all, no deal we make is going to have me promise not to stop you when you go and try and do something terrible. Secondly, if you try and do something terrible and I try to stop you, there's not much Solari's going to be able to do about it by herself.
Hold on, but him not doing something terrible is part of said agreement, so he'd be breaking his own agreement.
Not really. There was nothing. He said he would talk about some of the less terrible things that Delari wanted to do. He'd never agreed to stop doing terrible things. Not at all. These are very carefully worded. No offense.
No.
Zeke has some demands too to make.
Yes.
Tell him, Zeke.
You tell him, boy.
All I got from Mara's little speech there, she thinks the cleric's gonna be a cakewalk to take out on her own.
So agreement, you be good? You be good? Yes. This is a character battle.
How about this?
Just two thumbs up.
I help you defeat the Ancient One, and Mara, you will leave Barovia. I will allow you to leave Barovia, and you won't return.
Still no word on not changing more vampires or,
I won't create more vampires.
doing the evil stuff that you do or, I don't know, stealing children, whatever it is you're doing recently.
That's the hags. Don't blame me for what they
was the hags.
Yeah, that is one thing I want to change. We need to do more policing to prevent that from happening in the future, but
That is fair.
Still hasn't agreed to it. You just agreed it was valid for you to think it.
I will agree. To the agreement as stated.
Boosh, 2 points.
we should probably get things down in writing and then review.
We need one of those magic contracts from the magician show. Like if you break, you just die.
So are we in agreement?
Almost. Max has one condition to make before he would agree to get stay out of Strahd's hair.
Well, it's kind of an important one.
Kind of an important one. Is that he ideally wants Nakia freed and to be able to leave with him. Did we forget if she can be, like, unturned? It's been a while now.
Unturned, no. She can be released into death.
Or we could all start wearing black and just all become vamps.
Well, if she's released, we could
Do it.
bring her up, right?
If she wishes. You
No,
can't.
just join My Chemical Romance.
You can't bring an unwilling spirit back. From what I've read.
It also depends
But
on
it's about
how long
ability.
she's been considered dead.
Also depends on what spell you're talking about.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
I
considering
have
we're
the.
level 9, it limits it a bit.
I have the one. From
True, but we're not the only people around here.
The Amber very least, her spirit would be at rest. That would be a good thing.
Yep. That's all I have to negotiate for then. As just the she's at least released.
Would you like to release now or later?
What kind of question is that?
Well, at the moment, she's staked behind a waterfall, so it's a fair question.
Yeah. Probably later.
I mean, and it
Just so it's not
her
random.
will. She's just inactive right now, right?
As long as she hasn't been messed with.
She can wake up
Yeah.
to old Prince Charming over here.
She may actually be awake. She's basically paralyzed.
Yeah.
She's just laying there like, huh, interesting. I feel better now. And yet I can't move.
Probably not very happy with me right now, but
She's probably thinking about how she's going to drain each and every one of us.
Oh,
when she
hell
gets
yeah,
up.
yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
would be doing if I was a
The sooner
vampire.
she's not like that, the better.
Yeah.
Because not releasing her could come back to bite us. Boom, boom.
let's see what you did there.
So this would open things up for a sequel campaign, like if things
Yeah,
go
yeah,
badly, and then
yeah.
for a new party,
Because-
and we come, then adventurers that didn't make the agreement can come down.
Yeah, because then we go back to the waterfall after all this is over, and then we haven't released her yet, and then she's just gone. Shit.
So how exactly would you help us defeat the Ancient One?
With claw and fang and sword and shield? Question mark?
My things will not work well against him. However, my spells will.
His mana.
So you just need me to hold him still?
Spells.
Strahd has level 22 spells. Wait,
Nice
what?
try.
We're looking for synergy here, man. We're trying to
Really, you could probably check the
combine things and the things. Well, he definitely has that one that almost, killed me earlier, so write that one down.
I don't remember which one that was.
It was FU, that's what it was.
It was.
Like a gust of wind or something, didn't he?
I can't remember.
Well, we have downtime. I didn't strike, you never struck me as somebody that actually had feelings.
Really? He has lots of feelings.
I have deep emotion. Deep emotion that you cannot comprehend. Thousands of years of emotion.
You're not very animated, though. I mean, yeah, walking and talking, but not.
Would you prefer for me to yell, get angry, throw things?
Do you do that?
Is that the type of men you're used to seeing?
No, just. I mean, humans usually, but.
Generally, the people I get angry against don't last too long. So,
But you are capable of getting angry.
yes.
So what's it like being a vampire?
It's like being filled with an ever-flowing fountain of power.
But I heard you guys are always hungry. Are you always hungry?
We hunger.
I'm just waiting for anybody else speaking. I'm just feeling silence right now.
Well, I mean, I asked a question. Did I get an answer to it?
Oh,
I think
sorry,
you
I-
filled
you're-
silence before you got a chance to answer.
What?
What was the question again?
The question was how are you going to help us?
He said with his spells.
With this,
Yeah.
with
And then I said, do you need me to hold him down? And then all I remember is Charles talking.
um,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, me
I won't need you to hold him down.
So you are actually going to help us fight. You're not just going to send us on our way.
No, I will not just send you on your way. If I do, then you won't come back, and you're not very useful to me dead.
Fair enough. So bedtime?
Why did you invite us here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, here to your house tonight, but here to Barovia in general.
My spies have been watching you, and you seemed...
Before we got here?
Yes.
Before we came to Barovia?
You seemed, what's the word? Fun.
She has a pretty good drinking buddy,
How did
despite our
I end
philosophical
up here?
differences.
You seemed fun.
Can you imagine for Strahd, it's kind of like playing The Sims.
building up city and then
And
hurricanes,
then when you get
earthquakes?
bored with you kill them off.
You just forget to put a ladder in the swimming pool or
Yeah, the first time it was an accident.
lock them in a
After
room.
that, it wasn't. But you know.
Or you lock them in a room while they really have to pee.
But my therapist says it's healthy. I asked.
You put them in the house. You take the doors off the house.
She says that means I'm doing it in a place where there's no actual repercussions or anybody dies, and I'm not doing it to the people that I want to do it to.
You just created this that look like him and maybe not.
Yes. It's very therapeutic.
All right. Well, it sounds like we've come to a good agreement.
Tentatively.
I haven't been in a real culture in so long, but I think people tend to write the stuff down and sign it.
Good point. At that, he snaps his finger, and the old gentleman that you met upstairs, who was busy and kind of ordered
Okay.
you to leave,
It was
he
one
all of a
the-
sudden finds that he is in this room now, and said, "Master, I'm sorry, I was in the middle of something. No, now you're in the middle of my agreement." And he dictates the terms of the agreement as you have stated.
And I listen for anything where he actually says he's going to stop doing terrible things and be a nice person and unicorns and rainbows type stuff.
He promises that things will
Unicorns
change,
and
and
Things will change. I don't buy that.
he goes ahead and signs the paper.
Okay. Do I hear anything that actually legitimately sounds like he's gonna do anything good?
You hear room for a margin of error.
I hear things like things will change and make some improvements and
Make Barovia great again.
Whoa. No, not that one. Obama. He's not Trump.
I have
Obama's the change guy.
I have a meme somewhere.
Obama doesn't exist here, and he didn't do anything while he was in office.
Always talking about change.
Most
I
of the
want me
good
some
stuff
soul
that I
money.
saw him do that I actually liked got overturned already.
But yeah, I guess if Peleus hears everything that we discussed, no more vampires, change for the better, Payless will sign with the condition that he will not cause trouble unless given a reason to. He's very adamant about that last bit.
Yeah. The thing is, things will change for the better, and no one defined better. So
I will be coming out with proposals.
Yes. Shall we sign this in blood?
you'd like that, wouldn't you?
I would.
It's a little creepy.
Won't that get you all starvy and hungry?
Do you have blood?
Technically, yes.
Sorry, I just blurt things out. I don't think about some things sometimes when I talk.
Critical thinking question. Or experiment. You have pretty much unlimited wealth, power, and resources, yes?
I do.
You rule over a land, yes?
Yes.
Why not be loved and adored by all instead of feared by all?
Fear is a strong motivator.
Fear is a strong motivator, but you just said you have feelings. So surely you must get lonely and or have the need for actual affection.
That's the marriage clause in this deal. Have you been listening?
Willing affection.
Hey, Strahd, another random question. If one were to become a vampire, say me, would I still be me, or does that process change you? Not like one of those vampire spawn things that killed me, but like a real vampire. Do you keep your personality?
There are
you
aspects that change and aspects that remain the same.
I have a question
Yes.
for Josh.
Yeah? Sorry, I have to have a brief moment to get out of character.
Yeah, so imagine this, like, Strahd's standing there, he's dictating things, the guy is scribbling down, everyone is standing there listening, thinking about it, asking questions about it, pointing out things. Is there enough, can I, like, sneak away?
He's the court
Make a
stenographer.
stealth check.
If I put up my hood and,
Make a stealth check.
Did you get plus 10 from the other one?
I get
He
it.
gets advantage, and then Strahd has a disadvantage on trying to see her.
And he didn't answer my question yet, Payless. Jeez.
Sorry.
28.
Stupid elf.
Wow. Yeah, that is pretty stupid.
I'm the only non-elf in this group.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You believe that you have successfully snuck away.
You believe.
I want to read over the document and specifically for loopholes and ways that I can make it more advantageous for us, or at least as far as what kind of control that I can, as far as making changes to how things are.
So at the very least, everyone else looks around and where's Mara? Wasn't she here?
The language is kind of broad strokes, generic. You know, changes will be made. Looking at this, you can see room that he wouldn't necessarily hold up to all of the good end of the bargain.
There's several snake emojis.
I like this.
Let's say if the lawyer's going to stop reading and sign it.
I'd like to, if there's like another piece of parchment or whatever, I'd like to see if I can try to make it more, I guess, binding in the ways that I want to try to make improvements, I guess. I know it's kind of vague here, but I do have a list somewhere of some actual stuff that she would probably want to do, but I can send you those later.
Yeah.
And kind of hammer out kind of more what she wants to accomplish with that. And she's not signing anything yet.
Okay.
I want to I would like to find, like his coffin, wherever it is that he sleeps at night. I mean, without going all the way to where I believe Sergei's to be. I'm not gonna accidentally, trigger the boss fight. I just
Don't get killed.
Okay. You believe that the office that Strahd would keep his notes at was the same office that old guy was in.
okay. Then
And
I'll
it's
go there.
really close to you. So you can go up there. How long are you wanting to spend?
Sprint, run,
Where's
How
Rodney
far
during
away?
all this?
fly, you
It's-
fool.
Up the next stairs.
But like an actual distance. It's just
Okay.
Is it directly above?
Yeah, it's essentially
So,
almost directly
and
above.
these aren't 30-foot ceilings or anything, right?
Right.
It's a transmission.
So I could message, right?
Yes.
To who has that again?
Me? Or you need somebody that can talk
Message
back?
to Hara, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, sniper buddy?
Call me if things start to go down. Or if Strahd notices I'm not there.
Roger that.
After about 5 minutes, he does glance over and notice that you aren't there anymore.
Too bad she was only gone for 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Boom!
Did I notice her leaving?
You can try to do a perception check,
I'll do
but
that.
her
Just so that I know if I need to. Yeah, that's not good.
what did you say? Your
28.
yeah.
I can.
Scott.
I'm gonna do the math just.
Strahd got a 27, by the way.
Wow.
Nice. Also,
So,
have we established how long
actually
she
not
actually
that
has been
bad.
gone? Just curious.
So
No.
17. So I can't cover for her.
Okay. So you all are talking.
Sort of.
It takes you, Thelari. I'm sure it takes you
I'll
about
make clacks on the sound in my head.
4 minutes to kind of write through your list of what you actually want on the parchment.
Okay.
He asked you about a few of the more controversial
Mhm.
changes, and so you have to take a defensive stance with him with some of those.
Mhm.
We've slashed out all mentions of murder, killing.
Well,
Lots of red ink on this contract.
within reason. I mean, sometimes things need to be eliminated when they're, causing problems for us. But
But even 5 minutes would be enough for me to get in, start opening the drawers and trying to find Strahd's notebook.
Mm-hmm. Make a perception check.
Um, 25.
You find a book. It does kind of look like it would be a notebook. You can open it up and flip it around and see what happens. See what you see.
Flip through it, see what it is.
Okay. You're going to take. Sorry.
Scrapping the D's. Nothing good will happen.
6 points of necrotic damage from this notebook as you're flipping through, and you do find notes on all of you.
Bum, 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 bum.
As you flip through, it takes you It takes you about a minute to get up to the office, another minute to find the notebook.
That's 2. She's got 5. You said it.
Do I see any other notebooks? Like, is this a whole drawer of notebooks that look the same?
No.
Or from when he's done this before or something?
That would be super creepy, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure that probably happened.
There's naked sketches of all the girls.
This is,
And Paley's or
you don't
something?
see anything else there.
Haley's drawn up as a girl. Like Balzac.
I mean,
You don't see
No, thank you.
anything like that.
Thank you, Josh.
I'm pretty sure there's probably some.
I award you DM inspiration.
Also,
For me.
also, thank you, Josh. Okay, so it's just the one notebook. Do I see anything? Yeah, I look for notes about me. Let's see
Okay.
what he says.
Mara, distrustful. Barely trusts the party. She would be a good one to try to cause a rift, to split the party, to cause them to turn on one another.
Really shitty with doors.
And the latest note says apparently has magical ability.
Then I look for notes on Stellari.
It does have a brief mention of your guns. But,
Do they show that he has any understanding of them?
no, it's rudimentary.
Like, boomstick, make loud noise.
Well, no, it's he can look at it and tell. He can't tell how it functions, but he knows what's going on. Like when you see the notes, it's like he seems that he
It's
can
very
intelligently
loud,
look at that. You know, it's like it's shooting a projectile.
Okay.
I mean, because you use that in your first encounter with him.
Yes.
Alright, note on that takes you about 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I just want to see. I'm looking for something about the Lari and what his plan actually is with her, like what he's manipulating her towards.
Okay, note on Thalari. Cleric, priestess, maybe, hopefully she can convert.
Come to the dog side.
Beautiful, intelligent, certainly the most intelligent of this whole party. Might be useful as a companion.
That would be the early notes, yes.
Yeah.
I'll flip through further. More recent notes.
More recent notes. She might be, she could be used to create a rift in the party because of her father. And mentions his name.
Mr. Thalari.
That is the other 30 seconds. We've got 2 minutes left.
Do I see anything else of interest in the desk?
Make another perception check.
Does he have notes any of the rest of us?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
15?
15. Looks like some financial documents.
Tax fraud.
Yeah, like 2 sets of them?
No. You know, has to file the paperwork with the county. They get their share.
It helps when you are the county, because then they
No.
have to report to you, and you tax them.
Paying taxes on this.
Mr.
giant
Strahd,
castle.
you didn't fill out this form correctly.
Yeah. I'm sure that would
No, sir. I think everything's in order here.
Mail boy, you've been promoted.
Admiral Piet.
That I absolutely love that subplot from that movie.
Wait, what? What movie?
Star Wars. You know, where you have
I just made an Admiral Piet reference. You didn't hear that?
you have the guy getting promoted because you know.
Yeah.
Which movie is this from?
The beginning of Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
One of the best.
Okay, so he's like,
It's so
Admiral,
long ago.
Captain Piet is standing here, and the Admiral is standing there, and he's like, Admiral, you have failed me for the, and he like chokes him.
Through the screen.
Yes,
Yes.
Like
and
badass.
then he's like, so he calls him at the beginning of the conversation Captain Piet, and by the end he's calling him Admiral Piet.
Yeah. And he's
Yes.
like, you get,
And at the same time, he's trying to focus on the screen and not look at what he's doing to the other admiral.
It's like you get promoted, don't fuck up.
Yeah, I never got that.
Yeah.
I gotta
Doesn't
go
get much
back.
clearer
That's
than
what's
that.
happening. So he's also, while he's promoting him, he's also threatening him,
Right.
which is even better.
And killing his boss in front of him. You know?
Yes.
Right.
And yeah, he just stands there like this.
He's
While his boss is
absolutely
dying,
terrified. He
just
probably
standing
wet
there.
himself a little bit. I mean, if he's smart.
I don't know. He's Piet. He's tough.
I think my favorite thing is the SNL Kylo Ren undercover boss thing. He like blows the door off and they turn around. Nope. Oh, it's priceless.
Sorry, I killed his
I'll just tuck the notebook in my pocket and come
Okay.
down.
That's evidence. What are you doing?
Exactly.
You gonna get frisked.
I mean, oh, I know what else I wanted to do. The necrotic damage. Did that give me any reason to believe that me opening it notified him immediately?
No. It just seems like the
So
as
alarm
you
went off.
touch it, it deals damage to you.
So it was trapped. Kind of. Magically, I guess.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Anybody
Yeah, like I said,
that takes a
one more.
selfie while they're doing surgery on anything.
Actually,
even a
you're
cat,
supposed to make a con check
makes me
without
not want
making
to
a
know
con
this
check.
person.
Oh, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
this.
That's a good
Check
way to
or
fire.
saving throw?
Saving throw, sorry. Yeah. Con saving throw. Is it a single digit number?
No. 21.
21. You fail. Yeah, and you take the necrotic damage.
Yeah. If a fighter with proficiency in con checks and a 16 on the dice can't pass that check. Then good luck everyone else.
It's strong magic, yeah.
So you said I got a chance.
I'm saying Peleus has a chance. But not
Max
if,
might.
not if his dice are like when I'm playing my barbarian.
He should not use any of his blue
Okay,
dice
checks.
to roll.
Mechanics question. So if you can't beat a number but you crit, do you still,
No, not in this edition.
If it's to hit, yes.
or is it just like a DM discretion thing?
If it's like a check or a saving throw,
Yeah.
no. There is an addition that you did still pass it, but if it's to hit, then yeah, I mean, a 20 will always, like on the die, will always hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some tables play that way, but rules as written, it's not, and we never have.
Yeah, like I think. Critical.
In fact, we talked about it some, didn't we, Josh? And
Yeah,
decided
we talked
against
about
it.
a little bit because I saw them doing it, but ultimately I decided that I didn't want like someone with an intelligence of -1 rolling a critical success on something and like being able to ridiculously pass something in some crazy way.
But a
Like-
clock that
like
runs
Ryan's
backwards
idea to
is
Shrek
like
it up
4
with the dragon.
times a day.
Yeah. And there's an argument for that, but
I mean, a clock that's stopped is right twice a day, but one that runs backwards is right 4 times a day.
True that.
Yeah, I didn't really see much incriminating, did I?
No.
In this notebook.
No. So, you've got 2 minutes left.
But, do I see anything that is trying to be hidden?
Perception check.
Like in the desk or in the notebook or on the shelf? I don't know if that's too much. It might be too much. Is that too much?
Do 2 of them. 2 perception checks and tell me what you're doing it at.
Shall I add them together?
No.
Because I could. If I added them together and then added my perception bonus, I would say 13.
Okay, yeah.
But my perception bonus is +9.
You don't see anything.
No, it isn't. It's plus. Wait. Yeah, I rolled 2 2s.
You don't see anything. So, what do you do?
To go with my 19 from earlier. You know what? You failed me for the last time, Captain Dice person. I gotta write dice. I know I keep saying that. Yeah, these all 3 just rolled 5s.
What do you want to do now?
I'll just put the note back. Now that I think about it, I'll put it back where I found it.
Okay.
And close the drawer. And wipe my fingerprints off a little bit.
Alright.
And, leave. Just go back. Sneak back in. Put my hood back up. Sneak back in.
Sneak back in.
And, like, try and rejoin the conversation.
You're trying to stealth back in?
Yep.
Alright, roll a stealth check.
Oh, I don't have any. Can I borrow the 20?
Yeah.
Just think.
This one's fickle, but it's been good.
You should be glad he has disadvantage on this.
25?
Yeah, you sneak back in. Straw doesn't appear to notice that you ever left. And you're just kind of finally. The rest of you have been, or really, Thalari has been finalizing the points on the contract.
And so I try and listen to what she was saying, like mid-sentence of picking up, and I'm just gonna try and make some kind of point about it, like I've been listening the whole time.
You could probably approach and just kind of glance over her shoulder at the paper too.
Yeah. You do that, you can kind of, well, that was already mentioned back here, but okay.
I'm just re-emphasizing it because it was important.
Alright. The demon's gonna take a bathroom break.
Okay.
Potty break.
Better break.
It's by the time.
Yeah, Josh was already in the kitchen before he announced it, so I didn't think you guys heard.
I kind of figured when he got it, but yeah. It's okay.
He's like, I'm out of peace.
Alright, I can talk to the mic. Slightly. So how are you?
Tired, but good.
So you're doing their interview tomorrow?
Yeah.
Are you dressing up?
My
Or wear your
sister is talking about it. I hadn't thought about my corset. I guess it's an option too. I might bring it and then see, because she's got some costumes and stuff from like Send some of the actual
And
stuff
we're back.
going in the contract tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be too tired to actually do it tonight. I have some
Yeah, no problem.
fake stuff done, but
I figured you had something with it, and I was thinking about what I was prepping for Strahd. It did not cross my mind of, hey, by the way, if you hadn't finalized what you were wanting to do with the contract, you should probably, get
Yeah.
something together.
yeah. It's been a while since I wrote any of it up, so I wouldn't have to read back through it, but let's see if I want to add anything else.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, while flipping through the pages, I don't know if I would have stopped to have read it, but did I see the name Ismark anywhere in there? Or would I have noticed?
You wouldn't have noticed.
It should have been a table of contents in the front.
Right?
That
Who,
would've been
who
really
does a
helpful.
journal without a table of contents?
Yeah. I mean, he needs to get
What?
more
No
organized.
Index.
Yeah.
No index popular words.
And a glossary at the end too, in case he's into weird stuff that we don't know how to pronounce.
Why not just have a talking book? Just talk.
If it talks to you, it might be creepy or evil or possessed.
Or too loud.
That too.
Yeah, think about the ones on Harry Potter.
The howlers.
Yeah.
Just trying to, sneak around the restricted section, and all of a sudden,
Busted.
yeah.
That's pretty much what I was doing, is sneaking around the restricted section. Cool. So, we are contracting. I'm still very uncomfortable with this. I'm empathizing with Ismark, who's very uncomfortable with this.
He asks, Mara, will you be the first to sign with blood?
Yeah. No.
No, I'm just playing. We use quills around here. And he signs. It has a very distinctly defined S, a C in the count, and then an S in the Strahd, Von, and there's a little bit more of a space between the Von and the Zarovic, but
More of a space than we expect.
slightly. But
Like he's signing a fake name.
no.
Is it a stylistic choice? Or
It looks like it.
okay.
Maybe that, or maybe he's trying to separate himself from the last name a little bit.
It's a psychological.
You gonna do it over there?
He agrees. He asks if you all want to stay in the castle tonight,
I think that would be easiest.
and he allows you to. He points you to a room that is not Gertruda's room, and lets you stay there. Thalara, you actually have a special room, which happens
has
to
even
be.
more like those like floating orbs that if you notice a scrying spell, it's what it looks like.
Probably.
And or hidden cameras.
So,
I'm gonna look around my room and search just to see what's
So
in there.
is it Rock sleeps during the morning, though. Yes.
So I mean, you had to
I mean,
get up
really,
early.
it's about
getting-
2:00 in the morning.
Well, wasn't it like 2 in the morning when we woke up? What's her name?
No.
Or like 1?
Thought
We already went all the way up.
It was
Okay.
late.
I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just.
All right. Well, you've been up all night, and it's about to be. I guess now it'd probably be like 5 or 6 then.
So we're sleeping in.
Yeah, you're sleeping.
So Strahd going to bed? Sun's coming up. Yes.
Mm-hmm. He is. He bids you adieu and turns into mist and leaves the room via mist.
Alright, sneak out and try and follow him.
He moves through crevices that
That seemed handy.
like you cannot fit through because it's literally just designed for air.
But I see the general direction he's going.
Yeah.
I follow him until he goes into a crevice. I mean, how far away is that?
A crevasse.
You do begin to lose him because he goes through crevices that you can't quite figure out how to get access on the other side.
Right, but I'm just wondering how far do I get before that happens?
You follow him a good 20-25 feet before that happens.
So, basically, I don't even have to follow him. I see that happen.
Yeah.
I see. I can't tell which way he's going then.
No.
I still don't like this.
What could go wrong? It'll be fine.
I sneak out and sneak into Polari's room.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Laurie, all of a sudden Mara is standing behind you.
Hi.
Okay.
Did anyone sign that thing, by the way? I know Strahd did. And then we went to bed.
Great question. Yeah, it was a good thing.
I think we were waiting for the Laurie to kind of finish going through writing up the amendments or whatnot, or the alternate version.
Yeah, he signed the alternate version or not? I'm really kind of confused on this whole thing.
So we do have it now.
He signed the alternate version if it seems like that is what Laurie wants, but just with the option later for me to retcon that he argues with you on a few points depending on what
Yeah,
you have in
we'll
there.
work that out. Yeah.
Okay. And yes, I said retcon.
Yeah, I don't have any more.
Yes, but I guess without knowing what that is, I'm wondering how much of it was agreeable. Like, it's sort of the whole story hinges on what they agreed on there, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure what's
I
due.
guess would it be easier for the time being just to say that we came to agreeable terms
We can do
for
that.
the sake of the story?
Yeah, yeah, and just if we need to absolutely change that later on, we can.
Yeah.
So we're saying that it was something Mara would agree with,
Yeah,
but then when I see it, it might not be.
yeah, but we're just gonna role play it out right now. That Mara agrees.
Yeah. Because I'm too tired to work out all the details right now.
So we're just gonna have two versions of this. I'm really confused. I really don't know what to do. It sounds like that's it for tonight anyway.
Well, if y'all would rather stop until we get that that agreement. I mean, that's fine. I understand that.
I mean, because it's a very, very big turning point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm either going to do one thing or something else completely different, depending on what happens with that. I don't.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Because we either signed it or we fought him.
That is true. I was trying to think in my head if there is a way for it.
And besides that, even if we just pretend for now that it was agreeable, where are we going? What would be the next thing to go? I mean, did we include in there how to summon the Ancient One back so we can beat him on our terms? Like, I'm not really sure where to go from here, especially without having specific terms and stuff to talk about, which.
Well, you bring up good points. We could call it for tonight and just get that agreement distributed to everyone later on, and kind of, if y'all wanted to do a little bit of a role play on Discord, if you had points of contention or something like that, and then we could see what to do from there. Because I mean, obviously, if it's something that like one of you is completely against, then you probably end up starting a fight.
I need to be that guy.
Yeah, we didn't like super early tonight, but
I can send my rough draft, but probably I need to flesh it out a bit more. Just to have an idea.
I guess what I'm getting at is I'm super uncomfortable with the idea of a contract at all. Very untrusting of Strahd, and if there are not just too many concessions on the good side, but if it would have to be like an absolutely perfect, awesome deal for Lamar to agree to it. Not a negotiated or give and take or a lot of gray area for Strahd to keep ruling and doing terrible things. Like, this is.
So contract pointless. Slap him with a glove. Go ahead and start fight.
I'm not trying to do that.
Well, he hasn't been steadfast on anything. He's been vague the entire time, and he's always kind of wishy-washy or slick in his talk. So you're not going to peg him down.
Yeah, but I'm also not going to start the fight. So I don't. I don't really know where to go from here. Even if it was, a great perfect deal, I still don't know where to go from here. So, if somebody else wants to do something, fine, whatever.
I think we should still end up going after the Ancient One first, and then, as far as the deal goes, whether or not people stick to the terms of that, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna post the vague ideas that I have written down.
Okay.
It's a big wall of text because it didn't take the formatting that I actually had, but
No problem.
It doesn't have the no vampires clause in it, but it kind of gives you some idea.
He can agree to that.
Okay.
And so?
They had more stuff with arena in it, but that part of my negotiation kind of went south, so, you know. Not as much leverage there, but, since you went for a swim, stupid girl.
Yeah, that all sounds pretty good.
Because I think if she was still around, we could have convinced Ismark more easily. If we could have convinced her to go along with it. But,
Yep.
So, terms are in dispute. Does Mara agree to them, sign her name in blood?
Oh, if there's blood, it's not Mara's.
You take the pen and just like kind of stab Haley's in the shoulder.
So you're going to. So I think what has happened is we wrote up a contract, decided to sleep on it, and were assigned rooms, and Strahd went away. Is that what's going on here?
Sure, that works.
Makes sense.
Good.
Here. So you are
need to add some more
gonna
stuff, but
marry a vampire and live in Barovia as a vampire if he has his way forever.
well, I haven't added
So
that in the contract
Barovia-
yet, but it's in there.
So Barovia can have better roads.
Well, the roads and public services, and
Well-
more,
Have you driven on a properly maintained road? It's like driving on glass. Don't underestimate that.
Okay, but I feel like there's a lot more that these people need than
well,
better roads than a
it's-
pizza doesn't.
well,
No
it's just
fairing
like
lives
vague.
matter.
It's not specifying like to what extent of that, but it would be
Right.
like more like
It's not specifying to any extent.
instead of the taxes that he's collecting just sitting there and rotting, we'd actually be putting them to use to improve things. I'm tired, so I'm not thinking of everything tonight, but better protections, no more freaking hags, bandits on the road. Better policing.
Sometimes hags move in, it's a thing.
Yeah, that needs to get cut out.
You could start the hack hunters.
There you go. Now my mind's going blank.
When the hags move in, the neighborhood goes downhill.
Yeah, I didn't really have it flesh out further than that as far as like specific programs, but it's in the works.
Or basically, there have to be like a registry. sort of like a sex offender registry where hags can't live within a certain distance of a school.
Yes.
No, you just kill him. Assassinate him.
Yes.
See a hag?
That's rude.
I mean, you wouldn't want them near a school because there's kids there, and then they go kidnap the kids.
Exactly. They can't live close within.
You basically have to treat them like sex offenders.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. The hag offender registry.
Or like every character in Arrested Development by the end of the 4th season. Not quite. Not quite. And some not really. Some by accident.
Trying to think of what else. I have more notes somewhere else, but that's kind of the high overview kind of stuff. I'm also open to ideas to adding things.
No more making vampires. Stop terrorizing people.
Well, yeah.
Stop randomly bringing people here to play with.
You got a little fun out of life.
I mean, within reason. I mean,
New 52. Close the portals.
some of the stuff you can't. I don't know.
Lift the fog.
I don't know if we can do that.
No, I'm pretty sure he has control over the fog.
He has some control over it, but I don't know to what extent.
Just generally stop terrorizing people.
Well,
that's really what I want in there.
Yeah, there's going to be more safety considerations and,
I am the terror that
I guess you could say
flaps in
it's
the
more
night.
police force or something to actually go out and deal with threats rather than, letting them sit and fester like
I'm
that.
the dust in your keyboard. You have no candy.
The druids, that whole thing.
It's pretty messed up.
Yeah. And I guess we would need to do some rebuilding in Valakia for some reason.
Darkwing Strahd, come on.
Druids be druids.
Darkwing Strahd. Let's get dangerous. Darkwing Strahd.
In his defense, he doesn't know any other type of druid.
They are all kind of dark out here. Trying to think of anything else.
I like the continue to discuss the contracts in Discord and picking this up another time idea. I'm getting tired too.
We could switch over to fast forward a little bit and talk strategy about as far as our next goal of fighting the other guy.
So, assuming we agree on a contract eventually,
Because we need to kill the other guy anyway, so.
what's our plan after that? We go back to the Amber Temple with Strahd in tow, and we go find the, what was it again? Mage?
Powerful
guy?
mage.
The Lich.
Did we
And-
drop him off?
Oh yeah, we did. We go pick him up.
Yeah.
We should probably kill him too, just saying.
Probably.
And then take him back to the Amber Temple,
We should get information out of him first in case he
and he can probably help us with the ancient one.
That's true.
If that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then, didn't we tell him we were killing Strahd?
I don't remember.
Have him summon him back. Which I'm not sure he's not no, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then big giant boss battle.
How do you know through this that you're not the evil ones? I mean, you're talking about going around killing this guy because he needs to be dead. Killing this guy because he needs to be dead. Noticing a pattern here.
Nobody ever thinks that they're the bad guy. Every villain is a good guy in his story.
True. The only...
Or like Batman.
Remind
You
me
can live,
about the book
you
of
can
Mormon.
live long enough to see
Okay.
yourself become the villain.
The only time, like, hey, I'm the bad guy because I'm the bad guy really works is, like, in a kid's show.
Yeah.
And in the Suicide Squad movie,
Yeah.
we're the bad guys. They say it like 8 times. Will Smith says it at least twice, I think, or 3 times. Because we're the bad guys.
Oh, apparently James Gunn is writing Suicide Squad 2.
I thought something about that.
Yeah.
They
I'm
said they,
really
they
happy
didn't
about
know
that.
which was worse, the fact that he was writing it or the fact that there was going to be a Suicide Squad 2.
So I like how they left out that he was literally part of a shock website when all that stuff came out. It was basically The Onion on steroids,
Yeah.
but more cancerous. It's like, come on, dude.
I don't think we're gonna get to
No need for context.
Yeah.
You're fired.
You're right.
It was kind of a struggle from the beginning. But I think we have some ideas to work with at least.
All I'm saying is the man's job is to be a troll. He was successful. A decade later.
We can go ahead and end the stream, I guess. And good night, prematurely, from the Burning Kobolds.
It'll probably go better once we're more in the swing too.
Yeah,
Back in
when
the
we get
swing,
back
yes,
doing
yeah.
it every other
So
week.